Hi friends, today I'm training on Coding Meetup number 14, higher order function series, order the food kata. So in this kata I'm given a list and I have to count how many times each type of meal was ordered. Okay, so there are several types of meals, and there are vegetarian, standard, vegan, gluten intolerant, and so on, diabetic too. So in this kata I have to just return an object saying how many times each type of meal was like requested. So that seems like really straightforward to me. So let's go to the test section and let's add the usual boilerplate. I get the expect, and I get it from chai assertion library. I am replacing my vars to be consts, right? And oops. And I have this answer, right? So I will be moving that to the describe statement, okay? So I'm ready to write my describe. And it's order food. I'm giving it callback. I will be having just one statement, and just because there's only one list and only one test, so it works with list one. Giving it another callback, and I'm ready for my answer, right? So that's gonna be my answer, and I expect order food given list 1 to be equal, deep equal this time, because we are comparing like two objects, so they have to be deeply equal. And it has to be equal to expected. We don't need this one anymore, and I think we are ready to move to the actual solution section. So in the actual solution, again, deleting everything, starting from scratch, order food is getting one argument. I'm naming it A for array, and let's think about it, right? So we are given an array, and we are returning an object, right? So totally different. We are not returning an array. So first of all, so map is like out of the question. We are not returning true or false. So every sum and their siblings are out of the question too. What do you think it would be a proper what would be the best function for this type of kata? And I think it's reduce. So let me show you why I think that. Okay, so I have R, right? I am immediately destructing meal, and I have meal available each time, and I have R available. I'm returning an object, but if you're returning an object, you have to wrap it inside parentheses. So that's why I did that. And so I'm returning an object. It has to have like exactly same things as the previous R, but one property has to be updated, and the name of this property is dynamic, but we get it by using this meal variable, right? The value of this property is, so initially, look, initially we should have 0, then the value should be like +1 to the existing our meal value, right? So let's get our meal, right? And just +1. That unfortunately would not work, simply because sometimes the our meal would, like, not sometimes, but the first time our meal would be undefined, will be undefined. So that means it would be like undefined plus undefined 1, 1, 1. That, like, the actual result would look like that. We have to make sure that this is not undefined, and if it is undefined, that we should replace it with 0. Luckily, that's really easy to do with JavaScript. Just wrap it inside parentheses, add this or, and or 0. So if it's undefined, if it's falsy, I'm just returning this value. So the first time that's 0 plus 1, all the other times it's our meal plus 1. So that's all good. Just we are not starting with anything, right? We are like destructing this our object, right? But we have to start with something, and I'm starting just with an empty object because that's the most reasonable starting point. So in the previous kata, you've seen that I have given them initial properties. I did that just to avoid this type of thing, like or 0, and we only had like 3 options. So 3 options, you know, might worth the time to write them down. If I have like 5 options or 6 options, as in this kata, I am not bothering with that. I just give it an empty object and check for undefined with this syntax. Okay, so that all looks good to me. Let's try to run some examples, see how we are doing. And it takes like extremely long time, and looks like it doesn't work. Let's see why. Okay, I can see why, because it's answer and it's not expected. So I am replacing, oops, you know what, I'll just type expected equals this guy, and let's try again. Looks like this time it's passing. Just be sure to use like Babel version, otherwise this syntax will give you some problems, like object spread. Don't worry about it, it's like totally safe to use. It's like I think at least in stage 2, or it's already happened in the ES 2017. But you know, there's always a lag between the official standards and like current implementation. So don't worry, you won't have to rewrite this syntax in the future if things go bad. They will work. Just for now, we have to have Babel. So let's try to run the official solution. Let's see if we can pass that. And looks like it passed. So I hope that you liked this kata. I really did. It was like very easy one, smooth sailing. You're going to finish this series like in a couple of days. For now, I hope that you liked it, and see you in the next kata. Bye, friends.